Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Kanika Arora and you are watching my channel The Medical World. So our today's topic is about the nursing management of the iron deficiency anemia. Here we will learn about the various steps of the care of process. So let's start the video. I hope you will find it informative and it will be good in your nursing career. So let's start the video. First of all is the nursing assessment. What comes under the nursing assessment? First one is the dietary history. Dietary history is important. Vegetarians are more likely to develop iron deficiency unless their diet is supplemented with iron. National programs of dietary iron supplementations are initiated in many portions of the world where meat is sparse in the diet and iron deficiency anemia is prevalent. Second one is the history of the hemorrhage. Bleeding is most common cause of the iron deficiency, either from parasitic infections or other causes of the blood loss. With bleeding from the most oriaces, patients with present before they develop the chronic iron deficiency anemia. However, GI bleeding may go unrecognized. And third one step in the nursing assessment is the physical exam. The anemia develops non-specific failure of the mucous membranes. A number of abnormalities of the epiphyseal tissues are described in association with the iron deficiency anemia. These include the esophageal webbing, stomatitis, and the atrophy. Next one are the nursing diagnosis. First nursing diagnosis is the fatigue related to the decreased hemoglobin and diminished oxygen carrying capacity of the blood. Second nursing diagnosis is the deficient knowledge related to the complexity of treatment, lack of resources, or unfamiliarity with the disease condition. Third one is the risk of infection, and fourth one is the risk of bleeding. Next are the planning and goal for improving the iron deficiency anemia. First one is to verbalize the use of energy conservation material. Second one, to verbalize the reduction of fatigue as evidenced by the reports of the increased energy and ability to perform the desired activity. Third one is to reduce the risk of the infection as evidenced by the absence of fever, normal white blood cell count, and implementation of the preventive measures such as proper hand washing. And the last one is to reduce the risk of bleeding as evidenced by the normal or the adequate platelet level and absence of bruises. Next topic is of the nursing intervention. Administer the prescribed medication as ordered, reduce the fatigue, educate the client and caregivers about the nursing deficiency anemia, prevent the infection, and prevent the bleeding. Are the documentation guidelines that how you have to document the certain findings. Firstly, baseline and frequent assessment findings to include the sign and symptoms. First, you have to note the sign and symptoms from the documentation sheet. Second one is the cultural and religion restrictions that which practice the client do not prefer. So write everything because it is very important to document everything. Plan of care and persons involved, teaching plan, clients responsive to teachings, intervention, and actions performed, attainment or progress towards the desired outcome, and long term need, and who is responsible for the actions to be taken. Always remember that whenever you are doing the documentation, you have to note each and everything because it can affect the quality of the treatment in the future. So that's why it is always said whatever is right you have to write that. Don't add the lines by yourself. That's the main important part. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, and thank you so much for supporting me throughout my journey. and keep supporting, and I will post more medical videos for you. Thank you so much.